Imagine stepping into your local grocery store. You're strolling down the aisles, picking out tonight's dinner ingredients. Your heart rate slightly elevates as you reach for the last avocado. A prime avocado, perfectly ripe. What you don't know is that your smartwatch just sent a little notification. It shared your elevated heart rate with an app. That app is connected to your health insurance. And surprise, you're now flagged as a potential risk for heart disease. Sounds far-fetched? Or like a scene from a dystopian sci-fi film. It's closer to reality than you might think. Welcome to the age of health surveillance. It's happening right now, often without us even realizing it. In 2023, Walmart used AI to analyze customer shopping behavior and health data to predict medical needs and suggest products. We are living in a world where 1 in 4 U.S. adults wear a health tracking device. It's not just Fitbits and Apple Watches. It's embedded in our smartphones, smart scales, even our sleep apps. These devices collect a wealth of personal information. This includes our heart rate, sleep patterns, location, and even our moods. But who has access to this data? What is it being used for? And can we really opt out? The truth is, health surveillance is no longer a futuristic concept. It's woven into the fabric of our healthcare system and our daily lives. Employers are increasingly using wellness programs that track employees' health data through wearables. Insurance companies are exploring behavior-based underwriting, adjusting premiums based on the data collected from these devices. Even seemingly harmless apps, like period trackers, have come under scrutiny for selling sensitive data to third parties. Before we dive deeper into this complex and often unsettling world of health surveillance, it's important to state that I'm not a lawyer, doctor, or data scientist. I am a health professional deeply concerned about the ethical implications of these technologies. This is a conversation that needs to happen, and I invite you to join me in exploring it. This episode is about asking the tough questions. It's about understanding the trade-offs between convenience and control in the digital age. It's about empowering ourselves with the knowledge to make informed decisions about our health data. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, it will lead to a future where technology empowers us without compromising our fundamental right to privacy. Let's talk about those company wellness programs. On the surface, they seem like a win-win, right? You get healthier and your employer saves on healthcare costs. But behind the scenes, a different story is unfolding. A recent study by the Kaiser Family Foundation found that a staggering 67% of large employers in the U.S. offer wellness programs that involve biometric tracking. This often means wearing a company-provided Fitbit or syncing your Apple Watch to a company platform. Now, imagine your employer has access to not just your step count, but also your sleep patterns, your heart rate variability, even your menstrual cycle data if you use a period tracking app. This data can be used to measure your productivity, your risk of getting sick, and even your potential for promotions. Suddenly, the line between promoting wellness and invading privacy starts to blur. Some insurance companies have explored social media analysis to assess risk profiles for coverage. The data-driven pharmacy, your prescriptions, tell a story. It's not just employers who are tapping into your health data. Pharmacies, those seemingly benign dispensaries of medication, are also becoming key players in the health surveillance ecosystem. CVS, for example, has been open about its use of predictive analytics. They analyze your prescription history, purchases, and even your online activity to predict your future healthcare needs. While this might sound like a proactive approach to healthcare, it raises some serious concerns. What happens when those predictions are wrong? What if you're denied coverage or face higher premiums based on an algorithm's assessment of your health risks? The potential for discrimination and bias in these systems is enormous and deeply troubling. I once got a wellness app recommendation from my insurance before I'd even spoken to a doctor. I remember thinking, who's watching me that closely? Beyond the Fitbit, the expanding universe of health data trackers. We've talked about wearables and pharmacies, but the truth is, the net of health surveillance is cast much wider than that. Think about it. Our homes are becoming smarter, our cars are becoming more connected, and even our toilets are getting in on the data collecting game. Smart toilets, believe it or not, are being developed to analyze your, output for early signs of disease. These invisible trackers are constantly gathering data about our bodies and behaviors. The question is, are we truly aware of what's being collected, how it's being used, and who ultimately profits from it? The answer, in many cases, is a resounding no. The invisible trackers, smart homes, cars, and the datafication of our lives. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of a world where our homes, our cars, and even our bathroom habits are under constant surveillance. Imagine a scenario where your smart refrigerator flags your late-night ice cream indulgence to your health insurer, or your car insurance company adjusts your premiums based on your driving patterns, which might reveal signs of fatigue or distraction. This is not science fiction. These scenarios are already playing out in various forms. The boundaries between our personal lives and our health data are becoming increasingly blurred, and the implications for our privacy and autonomy are profound. From surveillance creep to surveillance leap, the rapid acceleration of health data collection. What we're witnessing is not just a gradual creep of surveillance, but a full-blown leap. The sheer volume and granularity of data being collected is unprecedented. We are rapidly moving toward a world where our health data is not just used to monitor our physical well-being, but also to predict our behavior, influence our choices, and potentially even control our access to essential services. This raises a fundamental question. Are we comfortable with this level of intrusion into our lives? Are we willing to sacrifice our privacy and autonomy in the name of convenience or even in the pursuit of better health outcomes? These are questions we all need to grapple with as we navigate the rapidly evolving landscape of health surveillance. The illusion of choice, navigating the labyrinth of opt-out options. You download a new health app, eager to track your steps or monitor your sleep. You're met with a wall of text, that dreaded terms and conditions agreement. It's long, it's convoluted, and who has time to read all that legalese? So you click agree, granting the app access to your personal information. But what happens when you want to opt out of data sharing? Finding those opt-out options can feel like navigating a labyrinth. They're often buried deep within the app's settings, shrouded in technical jargon. Here's how to start opting out today. 1. Turn off health data sharing in your device settings. 2. Revoke app-level access to motion, sleep, and biometrics. 3. Use services like Jumbo or Permission Slip to track what companies have your data. You don't have to be invisible, just intentional. The Seduction of Convenience: How Tech Companies Design for Data Extraction. Tech companies are masters of persuasion, and they've become incredibly adept at nudging us towards data sharing, often without us even realizing it. They exploit our desire for convenience, offering personalized experiences, seamless integrations, and even financial incentives in exchange for our data. We're lured in with the promise of a healthier, happier, more optimized life, all powered by the magic of algorithms. But this convenience comes at a cost. Every time we opt for the path of least resistance, every time we prioritize ease of use over data privacy, we're feeding a system that profits from our personal information. It's a Faustian bargain, and we need to start asking ourselves if the trade-off is truly worth it. Are we willing to sacrifice our right to privacy for a slightly more personalized user experience or a discount on our health insurance premiums? The price of a clean health score. When good behavior translates to financial rewards and punishments, imagine your health insurance premiums determined by your daily habits. This is behavior-based underwriting. Data from wearables and apps create a health score. It seems fair, rewarding healthy lifestyles. But what about those who can't afford it? This could worsen inequalities. The wealthy and healthy benefit while others struggle. The myth of anonymized data. Unmasking the illusion of privacy in the age of big data. Tech companies often assure us that our data is anonymized, stripped of any personally identifiable information before it's used for research or analysis. But in the age of big data, true anonymity is becoming increasingly elusive. With enough data points, it's possible to re-identify individuals even when their names and addresses have been removed. Think about it. Your location data combined with your purchase history, your browsing habits, and your fitness tracker data paints a remarkably detailed picture of who you are, what you do, and even what you might do in the future. This information is incredibly valuable to marketers, researchers, and even governments. And the idea that it can be truly anonymized is becoming increasingly difficult to believe. Beyond the individual, the societal implications of unchecked health surveillance. The erosion of privacy in healthcare extends far beyond the individual. It has profound implications for society as a whole. Imagine a world where employers can access your genetic information, potentially discriminating against those with a predisposition for certain diseases. Or a future where law enforcement agencies use health data to predict and prevent crime, further eroding civil liberties in the name of security. These scenarios may seem far-fetched, but they are well within the realm of possibility if we fail to establish clear boundaries around the collection, use, and sharing of health data. We need to ask ourselves what kind of society we want to live in. One where our bodies are constantly monitored and our health data is used to control and manipulate us. Or one where we have the right to privacy, autonomy, and self-determination, even in the digital age. The power of choice, championing companies that prioritize user consent. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, even helpless, when discussing the relentless advance of health surveillance. But it's crucial to remember that not all tech companies operate with the same disregard for user privacy. In fact, some are actively working to build systems that prioritize consent, transparency, and user control. These are the companies that deserve our attention, our support, and perhaps even our business. This isn't about demonizing technology, or rejecting the potential benefits of health data. It's about advocating for a future where technology empowers us without compromising our fundamental rights. It's about demanding more from the companies we entrust with our most sensitive information, our health data. And it's about celebrating those who are rising to the challenge, demonstrating that innovation and ethical data practices can go hand in hand. Apple Health, setting the standard for on-device processing and user control. Apple, often a lightning rod for both praise and criticism in the tech world, has emerged as a surprising leader in the realm of health data privacy. The company's approach to health data is rooted in the principle of on-device processing. This means that your health data, such as your heart rate, sleep patterns, and activity levels, is processed directly on your iPhone or Apple Watch, rather than being sent to Apple servers for analysis. This commitment to keeping health data local, coupled with robust user controls that allow you to granularly manage which apps and services have access to your information, sets a high bar for the industry. Apple's approach demonstrates that it's possible to build powerful health tracking features without compromising user privacy. It's a refreshing example of a tech giant putting the user in control of their own data. Whoop empowering athletes with anonymized data and voluntary disclosures. Whoop, a popular wearable device among professional and amateur athletes alike, has taken a different but equally commendable approach to health data privacy. The company's business model revolves around providing personalized insights and recommendations based on your physiological data. However, they've made a conscious decision to prioritize user anonymity and voluntary disclosures. When you sign up for Whoop, you're given the option to create an anonymous profile. This means that your data is not linked to your name or any other personally identifiable information. Additionally, Whoop only shares aggregated, anonymized data for research purposes. And users have the option to opt out of even this level of data sharing. This approach demonstrates that it's possible to leverage health data for insights and innovation without compromising individual privacy. Human API, building a future of permission-based health data sharing. Imagine a world where you control your health data, granting access to doctors, researchers, or even apps on a case-by-case basis. This is the vision driving Human API, a company building a permission-based infrastructure for health data sharing. Their platform allows you to connect all your disparate health data sources, from wearables to electronic health records, and manage access through a single secure dashboard. Human API's approach puts the individual firmly in control of their health information, empowering them to decide who has access to their data and for what purpose. This type of permission-based system has the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with the healthcare system, enabling more personalized care, more efficient research, and ultimately better health outcomes, all while respecting individual privacy and autonomy. The predictive power of data, from personalized medicine to pre-existing conditions 2.0. Let's take a moment to peer into the future. Imagine a world where your health data predicts your future health with remarkable accuracy. This is the promise and peril of predictive analytics in healthcare. Personalized medicine tailored to your unique genetic makeup. But this future also casts a long shadow. Insurance companies could categorize individuals based on predicted health. A resurgence of pre-existing conditions based on predicted health future. The ethical implications demand careful consideration. When our homes, cars, and cities monitor our every move, our homes become smart ecosystems, our cars rolling computers, and our cities embrace IoT. This interconnectedness offers responsive healthcare, but raises questions about consent and control. Are we comfortable with this level of monitoring? The line between healthcare and surveillance is thin. The rise of invisible diagnostics, from smart toilets to sentiment analysis, prepare for a future where intimate details become data points in health optimization. Smart toilets analyze waste for early disease markers, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Imagine sensors in clothing tracking your sweat, heart rate, and emotional state. AI gauges emotions from facial expressions, voice, and social media. This tech could assess mental health, flagging high-risk behavior. Constant monitoring may make us hesitant to express ourselves freely. The end of privacy, as we know it, navigating the ethical abyss of pervasive health monitoring. We stand at a crossroads, facing a future where the boundaries between our bodies, our data, and our environments are becoming increasingly blurred. The seductive promise of a healthier, longer, more optimized life fueled by data is undeniable. But at what cost? Are we willing to surrender our right to privacy, our autonomy, and our right to bodily integrity in the name of progress? The future is not predetermined. It's a story we're writing together. And the choices we make today about the collection, use, and governance of our health data will determine whether we create a future where technology empowers us or one where it controls us. This is not just a question of technological innovation, it's a question of human dignity, social justice, and the fundamental right to self-determination in the digital age. Reclaiming our bodies, reclaiming our data, a call for awareness and action. We've journeyed through health surveillance, uncovering its promises and implications. Our bodies are walking data mines, meticulously tracked and analyzed. Opting out is challenging in a system designed for data extraction. But this is a time for action, not despair. Reclaim our bodies, reclaim our data, and demand a future where technology serves humanity. From passive consumers to informed citizens. Empowering ourselves in the digital health landscape. The digital health landscape can feel like a labyrinth designed to disorient and disempower us. But we are not powerless. We have agency and we have a voice. We can choose to be more than passive consumers of technology. We can become informed citizens, demanding greater accountability from the companies and institutions that gather, analyze, and profit from our health data. This means taking practical steps to protect our privacy. Audit your app permissions. Explore the privacy settings on your wearables and smart home devices. Familiarize yourself with tools and resources that can help you manage and control your digital footprint. Knowledge is power, and in the realm of health data, knowledge is the key to reclaiming our autonomy and shaping a future where technology empowers, not exploits. The future of care, a vision of technology that serves humanity, not the other way around. It's easy to succumb to dystopian visions of a future where our bodies are constantly monitored, our health data used to control and manipulate us. But we have the power to write a different story. We can Envision a future where technology serves as a tool for liberation, not oppression. Imagine a healthcare system that prioritizes personalized care, where data is used to empower individuals, not categorize or discriminate against them. Imagine a world where our health data is used to drive medical breakthroughs, accelerate research, and eradicate diseases, all while respecting individual privacy and autonomy. This is the future we must strive for. A future where technology empowers us to live healthier, longer, more fulfilling lives without sacrificing the values that make us human. Join the conversation. Your voice, your choices, your health, your future. The conversation about health surveillance is just beginning. It's a conversation that requires our collective wisdom, our critical thinking, and our unwavering commitment to protecting the things that matter most: our health, our privacy, and our freedom. So, I leave you with this. Don't be a passive observer in this unfolding story. Engage in the conversation, ask the hard questions, demand better from the companies you support. Talk to your friends, your family, your healthcare providers. The future of health and technology is not preordained. It's a future we create together. Your voice matters, your choices matter, and your health data matters. Let's shape a future where technology empowers us all. It's 2030. You walk into a clinic. Your watch had already shared your stress level, your sleep history, a rough emotional read from your tone of voice. Before you even speak, the doctor says, "We've updated your prescription." You haven't said a word. What are your thoughts on that? This isn't a distant future. It's a reality that's fast approaching. The intricate dance between convenience and privacy is not just theoretical, it's personal. It's about you, your data, and how it's used to shape decisions about your health. As we stand on the precipice of this new era, it's crucial to ask ourselves, are we comfortable with this level of surveillance? Are we ready to trade privacy for convenience? The choices we make today will define the healthcare landscape of tomorrow. Your thoughts, your concerns, your voice, they all matter. Let's ensure that in our pursuit of technological advancements, we don't lose sight of our fundamental rights and freedoms. So, as you navigate this brave new world, remember, your voice, your choices, your health, your future. Let's shape a future where technology serves humanity, where our data is used to empower us, not control us. Join the conversation. Your future depends on it.